Herbivore.
Hello, thanks for joining me. How are we doing, guys? Here we go. Who's in the house? Wind Waker, you are first. You win the intranets for today. Let's have a bit more music. Sergeant Ankarad, Border, Bonjour, from my mam, Fudge and I. Ohayo gozaimasu. That was Japanese. And Guten Morgen. I think that's right. I think that was German. It's been a long time since I've said that. Lovely use of emojis as always. Do subscribe to Sergeant Angharad. She's a lovely young lady YouTuber. Emmanuel's in the hizzy. My good friend Zelnaga. I'm thinking of ways to make your channel more known. Shares would be helpful. Maybe use your muscle appearance. Here you go, I'm doing it now. It's not helping. Doing some kind of musculation during stream. Musculation. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. I'm gonna look it up. Musculation. Musculation. Help if I could spell. Oh. See, English translation of muscular. Oh, are you not natively English speaking? Translation of musculation. Bodybuilding is the activity of doing special exercises regularly in order to make your muscles grow bigger. English translation. Yeah, so I'm guessing maybe that English is not your first language, so that's very interesting. Where in the world are you, Zella? I know you have said, but I have forgotten, to be fair. Right, so some type of exercise during the stream while answering questions, maybe empower people to exercise. I have done that before. Yeah, I have live streamed workouts. Yeah, I could stream from the gym if Gemma's about to hold the phone. Mixes ethical and health, lifestyle, vegans, and life message. Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Could be a nice project that fits with nutrition course and exercise suggestions for vegans or future vegans that want to get fitter. Yeah. Donation bell, bicep curl. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, maybe we should do. I'm going to write that down. Vid ideas. I've got a note for vid ideas. Now I'm going to go stream ideas. Stream ideas. Workout plus Q&A. Boom. You got it. Coming to a screen near you soon. Guys, what videos should I make? I'm thinking of doing a Repsion response. I don't think I can be bothered to do a Dr. Mike response. What videos should I make today? Jesse Salazar in the hizzy, 1:21 a.m. Whereabouts are you? 7 hours behind. I'm going to think you're west coast of America. General Dorino, Pamo Dorino, good to see you. And Callum's here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. Yeah, I had a lovely ice cold shower which woke me up. And then I had a massive bowl of porridge. And here I am. Nathos. Hey Paul, long time lurker here. Welcome. Thanks for all you do for the moment. Thank you, my friend. Any advice for vegan food / meals to eat when you have limited time between arriving home at night and needing to go to sleep? Number one, I would recommend not eating close to bed. It's not good for our circadian rhythm. For most people, it messes up sleep, even if they don't realise, because it's taking energy away, like putting it in towards your digestion. It should really break your sleep, or mean that you don't sleep so deeply. And just sleep is key. I think in terms of health, I'm tempted to say sleep is king. I learned recently that lack of sleep is carcinogenic. I know Matthew Walker, who's considered one of the very top sleep experts, he said the less we sleep, the less we live. It basically shortens your life to not sleep. 7 or 8 hours a day, or a night even. If you just got some kind of weird job. Regardless, I would front load your calories. That's the other thing. There's the chronobiology has been proven now. So 1,000 calories eaten first thing in the morning will have less of an effect on the body as 1,000 calories eaten before bed. And basically, as the day goes on, the calories become more sort of expensive in terms of the potential for fat gain. So for a lot of people, and this may not be you, but for a lot of people, that could cause weight gain. And you're fueling your sleep instead of fueling your day. It's, yeah. But, if you're on some weird job where, say, you're working, I don't think it would be legal. But if you're working somewhere job where, say, you're working 12 hours straight and you couldn't eat anything, you couldn't even snack on things as you're going along. If you really, really had to, I don't think I would be doing a liquid feed. I would use some sort of a meal replacement, something like Vivo Life's Whole supplement. And so it's powdered, it's a good quality proteins, essential fatty acids. There's some sort of veggies and stuff in there. It doesn't taste minging though. The caramel biscuit one actually is delicious. I had one yesterday because I had to shoot an advert for it actually. That's going to digest and assimilate much quicker and probably have much less of an effect on sleep. So, yeah, I would go with a liquid feed. But, yeah, ideally, say you can eat halfway, say you're doing an 8-hour shift and you can eat halfway through, well, maybe that's 4 or 5 hours before you go to bed. I don't eat for 4 hours before I go to bed, and I have the choice to eat whenever I want. So I think that'd be a good cut-off point. So maybe just eat more calories earlier in the day, I think would be more ideal. But of course, I don't know your circumstances, so you might not be able to eat. And thanks for coming out of the shadows. And where in the world are you, Nathos? Where in the world are you? How are you enjoying the vegan thing? And how's the vegan scene where you are? Felon Marie, hello to you. How are you doing? Patrick Yerby, hi Hench, I've been wanting to ask you something. Been following this guy, Let's Talk FPL. Never heard of him for a while now. He just started a new channel, Andy Mears, where he talks about his weight loss. Okay, I guess there's a question to follow. Callum, my beautiful daughter Layla is watching. She sat on there with a big bowl of blueberries and raspberries. Very healthy. Can you give her a shout out? She asked if you like porridge. Hey Layla, what great choice with the blueberries and raspberries. You're getting some lovely anthocyanins, which are really healthy for you. So that's very good. I had porridge this morning. I had dark cherries in mine, dark sweet cherries. I normally have blueberries and raspberries probably most days, but today I had cherries for a change. Oh, Layla, what a lovely name. Bless. Anchorhead's been woken up from the music. That's good. Cold shower or Hench Herbivore theme. We'll do that. Right. Patrick's carrying on. Progress. He has a PT that's feeding him absolute garbage. I'll point him in your direction. See if we can reach out. Not get in touch and set up a live stream. He seems a really nice guy, but very misguided when it comes to health. Yeah, that's most people, isn't it? Let's talk FPL. What the hell is FPL? Let's have a little look at his channel. Is he on YouTube? Is that what you meant? Oh, yeah. Let's talk FP. Oh, Fantasy Premier League. Well, he's got a big old channel, so I would be interested to work with him if he's going to give it a good go. If you can tell me the name of a video where he talks about health or nutrition. Is it in a video or is that on some other format, like a post or something where he's talking about that? General Dorino. Oh no, that's not for me. Maybe a matcha. So yeah, I always have a matcha in the morning, but I wait a couple of hours. So according to the science, you know, if you rely on caffeine to get you going, then your body's not going to produce as much cortisol. Like, you're not naturally going to wake up. So I found I was doing that. I was having my caffeine first thing, and then I found I was always groggy and found it hard to come around. It's like I had to have that. And in recent months, I've waited a couple of hours and I find my body's more naturally waking up and I'm feeling great. And then a couple of hours in, then I'm having my caffeine. And then it just gives me like a better energy throughout the day. So that's my new little thing. I got that from the Andrew Huberman podcast. Emmanuel, if you could have an unlimited amount of one food, what would you choose? Whole plant foods. No, you mean one specific food, don't you? Honey mangoes. Yep, honey mangoes. Robert Pacino, good to see you. Joe King, yo, yo, yo. Jordan, hi Hench, what advice would you have for someone with familial hypercholesterolemia when it comes to diet? So, genetic high cholesterol. I've had high cholesterol for most of my life. Doctor thinks it may be the main cause. So, for most people, genetics loads the gun, but lifestyle, including diet, pulls the trigger. And for most people, eating a whole foods plant-based diet, avoiding animal products, avoiding oil, particularly coconut oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter. These are the so-called tropical fats. These are vegan fat sources that do raise serum LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. If you've got fairly high cholesterol, but your LDL is like low, you know, it's not total cholesterol we need to worry about. It's just the LDL. HDL is irrelevant. That's a marker. It's associated with less heart disease. But if you give people more HDL, it doesn't change their risk for a cardiac event. So it's associated. It's not a causal link. It's a bit like if someone's got loads of ashtrays, they're more likely statistically to develop lung cancer. But if you took their ashtrays away, like, it doesn't change their risk, if you see how that works, but kind of in reverse in that instance. So yeah, unless you're really unlucky, if you just eat legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices, if you avoid animal products, if you avoid tropical fats, I wouldn't even go too high on healthful fat sources, because the thing is, like, vegan, like whole foods, they do come with a certain amount of, say, saturates. You know, it's going to be very low, but if you made that a big part of your diet, you know, there's the potential, say, Olive oil is 14% palmitic acid by weight, which is one of the naughty saturates. So on average, people who have that instead of butter, that's where we think olive oil is healthy and makes you healthier. Well, it only makes you healthier if you're displacing something worse. If you're eating a whole foods plant-based diet without oils, and I think, again, you'll see a stepwise benefit in disease risk. Not saying that you can't get away with a little bit for the masses, but someone like a Caldwell Esselstyn, who claims to reverse heart disease, or at the very least, he certainly stops people having further events. Anyway, we can definitely say that. He will tell you, like, no oil. So, depending on how seriously you want to take it, and I would take it very seriously, but you just want to basically get your serum LDL as low as possible. And I see that the lowest, where there's no further benefit, below that is 50 milligrams per deciliter. I don't know what we call a safe amount over here. It's about double, I think, what the NHS says. Double that is normal, that's fine. Well, who wants to be normal in a society where normally every other person has cardiovascular disease, every third person dies of heart disease? Who wants to have normal LDL? I want to have very, very good LDL, which is certainly below 70. I've heard some people say 57, but where there's you're virtually guaranteed not to be able to form atherosclerosis, seems to be 50 milligrams per deciliter I've just seen. So yeah, you just need to eat like that. If that doesn't do it enough, you can emphasize particular foods. Amla powder, which is that's called a spice. It's horrible. It's not really a flavouring. It's powdered Indian gooseberry. It's more of a medicine. It's the base for many Ayurvedic medications. So you could add 1 or 2 teaspoons of amla powder. Try not to taste it. It's horrible. Hide it in a big sweet smoothie or something, or do like a shot and chase it down quickly because it's disgusting. But I have it every day. It's so health promoting. Most antioxidant-rich food in the world. Beta-glucan-rich foods, so porridge, mushrooms, particularly good. Garlic is really good for lowering cholesterol. Hibiscus tea. You don't want to drink more than a quart per day because it's very high in manganese. Yeah, so yeah, you should be golden. Of course, get some exercise, all that good stuff. Super chat. LF King, thank you so much for your very kind donation there. 5 Great British pounds on the super chats. What is the best way to start repairing gut issues and is sugar harmful in moderation? Thanks, Hench. I guess it depends exactly what's wrong in the gut, but if you're meaning if you are meaning leaky gut syndrome, it's like a sort of code for it, like a nickname. What is it? Gut permeability is the phrase. If you're meaning that, which I'm imagining that's what you mean, it's just eating a healthy diet, obviously. It's like whole plant foods, avoiding other stuff. And you want to add in like a gram of quercetin, which is a polyphenol out of things like onions. It's in other foods as well. Quercetin and glutamine, which is an amino acid. A gram each of those twice per day. So say, I don't know, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or whenever you're going to do it, 12 hours apart. For 6 weeks, that's shown to help repair. One reason why we can develop gut permeability is not eating enough whole plant foods. So then we're not eating enough of the soluble fibre that our good gut bacteria break down into short-chain fatty acids. One of these is called, I think it's butyrate, or is it acetate? I think it's butyrate that actually is the substrate that provides energy for the cells of the colon, all the colonocytes. And they can then knit tightly together so that they've got tight junctions and you've not got holes where like big particles of protein can get in and set up like allergies and things like that. Is sugar harmful in moderation? Yes. Yeah, I think pretty much any amount of sugar is, pointing towards disease. Actually, the second biggest dietary contributor to Alzheimer's disease, which is the biggest cause of death in UK residents now, is refined sugar. Even fruit juice is not healthful. It's in kind of, you can think of it as a red light list of foods. According to the Sherzais, Dean and Aisha, the neurobiologist, doctor couple, plant-based, they practice out of Loma Linda. So they would caution heavily against any refined sugar, including like honey, agave, maple syrup, fruit juice. Just when it's not bound to fiber, it just acts very differently in the body. And thanks for the super chat. Jackie, hello to you. For fat loss, reduced floured products or high amounts of fat, which is better? Fats are more calorific, so 9 calories per gram as opposed to 4 calories per gram for carbs, which floured products would be included there. Vegan Mooncat, subscribe to him. He's great and he loves his spuds. I love my spuds too. And yeah, do subscribe to Vegan Mooncat. He's got a great new video out. Joseph Kendrick, my IRL friend from years ago. How are you doing, brother? I'm guessing that's you. You're on a bike, so I'm going to guess that's the same amazing guy. Huberman Lab is the best podcast going, isn't it? Isn't it? Apart from his views on cholesterol, it's amazing how people can be so intelligent, and then if something is contrary to their bias, all of a sudden, like, the scientific consensus doesn't matter. It's amazing. But yeah, I love that. The first, I think, episodes 2 through 5 to do with sleep, I just really absorbed that and so amazing. Yeah, great podcast. Anchor had like some match at mid-morning or in the afternoon. I'm a bit naughty and I do both. I do early-ish morning, about 8 usually, and then about 1. Yeah, so hopefully pretty much all the caffeine's out of my system by the time I go to bed, I should think. Certainly doesn't affect my sleep anyway. The channel he uses for health is Andy Mears. Oh, so then if he's got a tiny following on there and I help him out, it's not really going to probably help me too much. God damn it. Yeah, 7k subs. Yeah, what I eat in a day. I mean, I'd certainly be willing to help anyone, but I don't think I'll particularly go out of my way with this guy because he doesn't get very many views, really. Well, actually, he's getting a few more than I am in some videos there, so I don't know what I'm on about. But yeah, no, I would be open to help him if he particularly wanted me to help him. Joe, I've been having an issue recently. I started eating pasta because calories and easier gains. On chronometer, my selenium keeps going way above the limit. Should I be worried? Should I cut back? Does it? Let's have a look. Chronometer. I'll show you my workings. Oh God. You can see this is when I was doing a lot of plans. I want a blank one, please. Right. First of all, let's see what's the naughty amount of selenium. Selenium. What am I on about? Brazil nuts I'm looking for. Brazil nuts. So, let's say we have 4 Brazil nuts. According to Dr. Gregor, this is about the safe, tolerable upper daily limit. I think 400, yeah. I think 400 is like the upper limit for your average adult to like aim for. I think it's 400. So now we'll go whole wheat pasta. Whole wheat hat. Do you guys say pasta or pasta? Let's use Asda brand because whole wheat fusilli. This is the one I use. Oh, and that's only got 8 ingredients listed, so that's going to be useless. Yeah. Guys, when you use Chronometer, check how many nutrients are listed for each thing you plug in, and you may be able to find better data on a different brand. Right, let's just say whole wheat pasta. Cooked to dry. See, 78 nutrients listed, so that's a lot better. So that's much more likely to be in there. I think about 81 is the most they ever list. So 36 mics, so 400 mics we're trying to keep below. And this is for your average person. I mean, if you're, say, a big bodybuilder or something, maybe you can get away with a lot more. I don't really know for sure, but I would infer that you probably can. So what was the serving there? So that was 100 grams. So if we had a kilo of whole wheat pasta, you'd be under the safe, tolerable upper daily limit. So I wouldn't add in a Brazil nut at that point, but you can safely have a kilo of pasta and seemingly get away with it. Mooncat, I was accused of being Christian phobic on my new video comments by some person. I wasn't remotely Christian phobic, but some people like to make up stuff to justify eating animals. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? They are kindness phobic. Alpha Gamer 047 is in the hizzy. Aaron Gray in the hizzy, and Dan Van Meers, good to see you. Ian, what plant-based foods are high protein and low carbs? Algae like chlorella. Vital wheat gluten, so seitan. Tofu. Tofu is you know, all these kind of mock meats and stuff. I don't really recommend too many of them, particularly if they've got much in the way of oil, particularly palm oil. Oh, sorry, coconut oil is the one to really. I wouldn't eat any of that. Textured vegetable protein. I think nooch is fairly low carb. I think there are some carbs in there. Protein powder, of course. Alpha Gamer, just wanted to say I absolutely love your video, especially when you roast omnivores. You said you eat a lot of carbs on the cut. Do you reduce your fat intake then, or don't? Yeah, I go about 10% of my calories from fat on a cut normally. Arrow Games, I'm very good. How are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. JP, aren't you cold? No, I've got the heating on. Tips on adjusting to sudden drop in temperature in the UK. Have an ice shower or like a cold shower or an ice bath first thing in the morning. You reset your kind of set point. I was out walking last winter. Last winter, I was out walking along and an ice cold drip of water managed to go straight down my spine somehow between my clothes and my body. And it didn't bother me. I just shrugged it off. I just thought, cool, like not so long ago, I'd have jumped out of my bloody skin then. But it just didn't faze me. So yeah, Wim Hof style cold therapy. Benny Green in the hizzy, yo bestie. Aaron, who was the blogger on sleep? So are you referring to, I was talking about podcasts? There was a PhD lady, I forget her name. She was on Simon Hill's Plant Proof podcast. And then Matthew Walker, he's got a book out. I forget the name of the book, but he's really well respected. He was on Rich Roll's podcast. Pasta for Joe. Thomas Doherty, good morning, Vegan Nam. Good morning, Vegan Nam. What's with all the powerlifters, influencers eating bison meat? They've realised beef is not healthy and want something else important. Yeah, I reckon so. Joe, I don't have whole wheat pasta, only white. You can cut that out for a start. Whole Foods. So the bran and the germ that they throw away when they make refined grains, they're the best bits. That's where all the nutrition is. Well over 500 someday. Oh, so maybe if the selenium is in the endosperm, that might be a bit higher potentially. I should check that. Pasta. Whole wheat. No, just white. What do you call it? White pasta? I don't even know. I don't even know what you call non-whole grain pasta. Is it called white? That's not called white pasta, is it? I don't even know what to search for. That's how committed I am to a whole foods plant-based diet. Let's just put fusilli as the fusilli. So I'm going to guess this is not whole grain, but then it's not got enough listings. Primo fusilli, that's not got enough. 18.8, 9, 8. Morrison's fusilli, 9. What brand are you using? I can't even find a brand that says it on there. Wow. I can't find a brand that even lists selenium. So if you can tell me the brand, I'll be able to look that up for you. But you want it below 400, is it milligrams? It's milligrams, isn't it? Yeah. Basically, no more than 400 milligrams for your average person, apparently. Again, I'm kind of inferring, but I would imagine someone with much more mass, you know, more muscles, more like, you know, longer circulatory system, I would imagine that, you know, they probably need more of at least most nutrients. Mark, veganism. Morning Hench has willful ignorance overtaken cognitive dissonance given the facts available? So my understanding of ignorance is so there's no need to use the word willful ignorance. That's what it means. Ignorance. So nescience, I believe, is not knowing something. Ignorance is knowing something, but like just turning a blind eye. Ignorance. I might be wrong. I'm no I don't even know what the word would be. Linguist. I'm no expert on language, but that was my understanding. Cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance, isn't that the uncomfortable feeling when you hold two opposing values? So you'd never harm animals, yet you eat animals. So I think cognitive dissonance is the uncomfortable feeling. So I don't know that really makes sense what you've said there. But again, I'm no language expert. I could be completely wrong. I'm probably just a bit of a dunce, and you're probably asking a perfectly good question, but I just don't understand it because I just know how to lift weights up and down and what to eat. Give me some more info if you know more than I do, and I'll try and give you an answer. Peace channel in the hizzy. Good to see you as always. Thomas, any tips for joint health? Been lifting and jiu-jitsu. My arms and knees are taking a pounding. I've really stuffed my shoulders up at the minute. I was doing. I was listening to science. See, this is a time when anecdote overtook science for me. I was listening to the science and hearing that you shouldn't train muscles once a week because you've only got like 2 days for the muscle protein synthesis. You really want to train 2 or 3 times per week. So for the longest time, I've been training my muscles twice per week. I didn't feel like I was really getting anywhere. Like I got to a sort of point and really felt like I was coasting, not really gaining. And I thought, stuff it off. I always enjoyed a bro split. I went onto my bro split and I just started gaining like crazy. The only thing is I've gained so quickly that my shoulders, I've now got a little bit of I think in my left shoulder, a bit of a rotator cuff injury. I feel I've got impingement. I think I'm going to have to take next week off of training to let them recover. But normally I don't have joint pains. And I put it down to a whole foods plant-based diet, balancing my omega-3 and 6. So no more than 4-to-1 in favour of omega-6 relative to omega-3. Make sure you've got at least 3.2 grams of ALA in you, unless you're also supplementing with EPA DHA, which I do recommend as a fail-safe, just to be sure. Turmeric with black pepper, ginger, there are some particularly good anti-inflammatory foods, but whole plant foods in general are usually anti-inflammatory. And then if all that isn't enough, CBD oil for me usually does it. Honest Hemp brand is the one I use. I'm an ambassador, so there's a link below for money off if you want to give that a whirl. What else? Vegan glucosamine. Normal glucosamine, I think, is made from cuttlefish, but you can get vegan glucosamine, chondroitin, which is spelled chondroitin, and MSM. These are 4 supplements which are really found to be beneficial for joint health. So you could add in 1, 2, or even all 3 of those things. You can sometimes get them in a compound form. I don't know if you can get vegan glucosamine with the other 2 though, so you might have to get them separately. Glucosamine, I'd say, is probably like the top one. Sometimes takes up to a month or so to really get to work. But once you got it in there, it's normally very, very good. And as I'm saying all this, I'm realising I haven't taken it for ages, and now I've got shoulder pain, so maybe I should add it back in. Let's give that some thought. I'm all right until I get up to near my maximum weights. And some of my lifts now, I'm as strong as I've ever been. My bench is a little ways behind, but like I say, it's gaining really fast. Sadly, a bit too fast, and now I've got shoulder pains. Shut up. Joe, it's not a brand that's registered on Chronometer, but it's just normal fusilli and flat squares that I have. Flat squares? Oh, do you mean lasagna sheets? So what brand are you putting on Chronometer that's telling you that your selenium's too high? Oh, when you say over 500, do you mean milligrams of selenium? Sorry, I thought you meant weight of pasta. So that could potentially be bad. If it's a rare occasion, particularly if you're larger than your average bear, it may not be a cause for concern. You may want to run some tests to be safe. But if you're feeling all right, you know, I wouldn't go over it daily, but once in the blue moon is likely not going to hurt you. I mean, when I released a video saying how 4 Brazil nuts a day is the safe tolerable upper daily limit for many people, a few people said that they used to eat like handfuls of Brazils and they never had a problem. So I think you don't want to do it chronically is the thing. Mark veganism, that's not for me. It could have been a linguist, because I keep thinking the right pasta right now. Linguinist. Thomas, I read selenium is also good for testicular health. Some folks have been talking about megadosing, but I think that's also in the face of probably their testicles working. Do you know what I mean? To megadose any nutrient, you know, to levels not really available in nature. We might not have any science now to say there's negative effects, but I bet if we actually studied it over time, a lot of things that become very harmful. You know, it's all about the dose. It's all even water will kill you if you drink enough water. So, yeah, I would choose caution. And Karad enjoyed nutritional yeast beans on toast for breakfast. I actually didn't for once. I actually had porridge today. I normally have it. Dan, I've got a question for you and perhaps Gemma on fermenting grains for, Rejuvelac. I don't really know what that is, if I'm honest, for cashew cream, but people apparently drink it too much. It's supposed to be great for gut health. What do you think? Rejuvelac. I don't really know. Well, I don't even know what that is. Or is that meant to be some sort of fermented drink? Is that the deal? Fermented drink made from sprouted wheat berries. Okay. You'd think it should be okay, but I don't really have any data on it. Let's see if Nutrition Facts knows anything. No, there's no video on Rejuvelac. Let's have a look on PubMed. Paste. No. It's an interesting sounding name anyway. And I don't think there's anything on PubMed either. So, yeah, I've got no clue. I don't know how you'd find out. Rejuvelac. That's weird. I've certainly heard of it before. Rejuvelac. There's 2 results for Rejuvelac. Nutritional, microbial, and allergic changes during the fermentation of cashew cheese products using quinoa-based Rejuvelac, starter culture, and effects of a strict vegan diet, and nutrient energy intakes by Finnish rheumatoid patients. Nutritional, microbial, and allergic changes. Sounds interesting. No conflicts of interest. Where's a conclusion? There doesn't seem to be a conclusion. There's the abstract. Fermentation has been applied to a multitude of food types for preservation and product enhancing characteristics. Interest in the microbiome and healthy foods is important to understand the microbial process involved in fermentation. Do you want to see the screen? Sorry. Involved in fermentation. Can I embiggen this? No, apparently not. That's weird, isn't it? Why can't I do that? Oh, I can. Here we go. This is particularly the case for products such as fermented cashew. We hereby describe the characteristics. Bloody blah. The nutritional composition changed marginally in regards to fats, carbs, vitamins, minerals. Juvenile starch culture was promoted. There's some bacteria. Cashew allergenicity was found to significantly decrease. So the cashews became less of an allergic reagent with people. Oh. So using that with cashew in cheeses may mean that people with cashew allergies can perhaps eat them. Vegan Mincat, member for 15 months. Wow, there's a long time. You're a 5... What does it go up to? 4-star general? You're a 5-star general. Thanks to Paul and Gemma, the best YouTubers on the planet. All you do, lots of stuff for me and my family. Oh, you little cutie. Love you, mate. Oh, that's really nice. Chris Grauer kindly donated $1.99 on the super chats with his Jedi symbol there. I love it. How did I miss that? How did I not say thank you earlier on? I'm so sorry, Chris. Thank you so much. Simplistic Owl. I have an ethics question. Not really my wheelhouse, but I'll have a go. What do you think of how veggies are grown in compost made of animal poop, or how mice and other rodents get killed by harvesting machines? This is troubling me a lot. Well, if you're going to worry about collateral damage, never use any transportation, because animals get killed, on motorways, on roads. So do people. So it's an unfortunate sort of byproduct, or the byproduct. I mean, that is the right word, but it's an unfortunate side effect. People overstate how many animals are killed by harvesting machines. I mean, mice and rodents. Try to catch a mouse or a rat. Try to get near a wild mouse or rat. You can't. Now imagine you're driving a thundering combine harvester. Do you think they're going to stand there? It's nonsense. There is a little collateral damage. I've got a chart somewhere. Someone did a formula to work out the likelihood of deaths for different types of food. And, the fact is we have to eat something. And I'm sure once it's a vegan world, we'll work out ways where there's no collateral damage. It will all be about permaculture and veganic farming, vertical farming, all that kind of thing. But... Shut up! Let me just set that up for a bit later. Right. I've got a page somewhere showing the amount of animals. Can you guys remember there was like a sort of study, and it was called... Is it called Animal Graphics or something? I think it's on my phone here somewhere, but I just can't seem to see it now. Animalvisuals.org. Where's this graph? Number of animals killed to produce 1 million calories. Oh. I'm sure we can get a good image somewhere. There he is. Oh, not Google Lens. I just want this bigger. Ah, here we go. I accept. Oh. So here you go. Number of animals killed to produce 1 million calories in 8 food categories. So to get 1 million calories from chicken would require 251.1 animals to lose their lives, mostly through slaughter, but a tiny percentage of that from, no, tiny percentage, what's that, about 5 or 10% from harvest. Now, if you look at grains, per 1 million calories, 1.65 animals. So that really is a tiny fraction. That's not even 0.5% of the harm. Not even 0.5%. So, yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate. It is sad. I would rather that it wasn't that way. We do have to eat something, and that's, you know, that's certainly the least harmful. And veganism is in, it's all or nothing. So, you know, you accidentally stepped on an ant, we might as well blow up the whole universe. You know, that's complete nonsense. It's doing your best. It's not exploiting or being cruel to animals where possible and practicable. So where you can, like, function in life and just not cause harm unnecessarily. And I think that's something that anyone can aspire. Why wouldn't you aspire to that? Do you know what I mean? If you don't need to hurt someone, you don't go out of your way to hurt someone. Like, so where people have any trying to poke holes in veganism, whatever's wrong with them. We're simply trying not to cause suffering where possible. Like, why would you be opposed to that? Well, you'd be opposed to that because you're not the victim of it. You're the oppressor. You're the person benefiting from it. Swap places with your victims, then you'll get it. But so that's that. And then what do you think of how veggies are grown in compost made of animal poop? It's not ideal. I mean, the animals don't need their poop. It is, I suppose it is sort of exploiting them, but it's not to their detriment. So it's sort of a bit of an irrelevance. In the current world, you know, I think it's a necessary evil for now. I mean, there are organic farms. There is organic farming, but it's a tiny fraction. It would only support a fraction of the world at the minute. But as people go more and more vegan, like, businesses will be more incentivized to make things more vegan. More vegans will, you know, be the farmers, and it'll happen. So, you know, I think it's, it's not ideal, but it's not something to focus on for now. Like, let's get people not to kill animals in the first place. The only reason all this, it's a byproduct. The reason this poop is around is because people are eating animals. So if we cut down on the demand, there'll be less supply, there'll be less poop. People will look for alternatives. Reese, hello Paul, how are you? I finally bought some vegan recipe books. Oh, nice. What ones did you get, Reese? What ones did you get? And good for you. Only one is currently on pre-order. It's available for pre-order. 10% off. The link's below. Speedy Vegan. 30 fast, convenient, easy recipes. Vegan Mincat kindly donated 2 great British pounds. From Ian Cockshuffle before he left us. Cockshuffle. That was brilliant. Do watch Vegan Mean Cat's new video, guys. It's hilarious. And thanks for the kind super chat, bless you. I mean, Ian Cook Shuffle. Joe, if selenium is good for lower T, then you may as well call me Selene in the bedroom. So selenium would be good for low T if the T is low because of your selenium status. Do you see what I mean? So it's not always a case that more is better. The right amount is always best. Thank you, Pomo, you kind person. Pre-ordered our book there. Very nice. Appreciate that. Dan's going to try at his own risk, then report later. Like I say, I mean, you may want to just get your blood drawn and just make sure. But yeah, it's Zam. Is date syrup a healthy alternative to sugar? Is it healthier than honey? So I think normally date sugar is whole dates whizzed up in water. I don't know if there's a commercial type which is different. If there's one without fibre, then that'll be horrible. Don't mess with that. Or sugar or honey. But if it's dates whizzed up with water to make a paste, that's fine because the fibre's in there. And you certainly can make your own. You can add a little lemon juice if you want to preserve it, if you're not eating it on the day. Benny Green, are you missing the summer? Yes. Yes. I hate it here. I would like to be in the UK for the summer and then sod off somewhere sunny for the rest of the year. Hopefully that's how it's going to be sooner or later. Is it Jan or Jan? I never know. I think wildlife-friendly farming would be organic. Permaculture most so. Yeah. Permaculture seems to be the way to go. I had to write an endorsement for a permaculture book once. That was great. Demi, do you prefer tamari soy sauce or coconut aminos? So we really want to keep salt very low. I don't know if there's any negatives to coconut aminos. And actually, there was something. Oh, was it liquid aminos that were quite salty anyway? Coconut aminos. So, coconut aminos, salty flavouring seasoning made from fermented sap of coconut palm and sea salt. So that's going to be salty too. Whichever has the lowest sodium, really, would be my answer. You can get low salt tamari, so maybe that. Aaron, Matthew Walker's book was pretty capital. Did not even mention tryptophan, let alone melatonin. Pretty capital. Did you mean to say capital? Yep, Benny Smith here running isn't the same. Yep. Joe, have you heard about sarcastic Simon, vegan visit, being an ex-vegan? No way. It's probably the most shocking one for me so far, considering how radical he was. Absolute bollocks. He talks to just... No way, you're joking. That's a shocker. Dragon Fist, this live stream has been going for nearly an hour. All bar about 2 minutes. How has that gone so quick? That's mental. That's gone so quick today. And hello. Joe, same arguments used to rip to shreds with satire, the ones he's making, and just ridicules anyone. Think one too politely asked him for explanations. No way. Wow, that's bizarre. Yeah, permaculture is definitely the way to go. All right, guys. Well, the hour's just about there. We've got no more questions coming in. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks to moderators for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on my toast, the wolves from the door, and the cameras rolling. If you want to optimize your health, your physique/figure, your sports performance, download my free vegan nutrition e-guide, link below. Complete overview. Our 2 cookbooks, our first 2 are on sale, just $6.99, 30% off. The new Speedy Vegan Cookbook, as I say, is out on pre-order at 10% off. That's out next month. Links below for all of those. And our online course, complete deep dive, so you can just absolutely boss it as a vegan. It's available too at a low introductory price. So I'm going to go and try and find it. Well, first I'm going to have a walk. I'm going to go to the woods, have a walk around, clear my head, set myself up for the day. I'm going to do it like a walking meditation and just be present. Try not to think back into the past or project into the future. I'm just going to try and be and just breathe in the lovely nature for an hour. A nice slow walk around. And then I'm going to come back and try and find a video to make. If you guys have got any video ideas, ping me a message somewhere. I need to get some ideas. I need to get making some videos today. Short form and long form, because I understand Reels is really the way to go on Instagram at the minute. So we're going to try and grow that a bit more now. All right, guys, back Monday night, 7 p.m, me and the little lady. Hope to see you then. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Bye for now, guys. Thanks for hanging out.